We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He finds his running back, Mixon, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Burrow's pass.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 3.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense,
Cincinnati.
find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver. Before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Able to find Higgins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And 3 at the 49ers' 40-yard line.
Jet sweep, Boyd with it, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. He's got his man, Boyd. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Pick up of 6.
We get a look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 4 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And look at this. For the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he hits his man, Matthews. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Niners.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Javon Kinlaw in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well, so they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
A 7-yard gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. And the Bengals.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
At the 47-yard
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of it.
Now the ball comes loose, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
49ers first down.
That's good for 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
The pass.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And
he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do, because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
These two teams all tied after one.
7-7.
On third down, Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. That's taken on the 25.
The Niners take over.
It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field. Try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Now, the Bengals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And Tate's got it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Mixon, the ball carrier.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Burrow. And Matthews has it right side. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Burrow looking to pass. Open man is Higgins. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
At the 30-yard line.
And Burrow going to throw again. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line.
To Zach Ertz.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. To the air again, Burrow. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Another takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. Now Burrow loses the football.
The pass. Fumbled on the play. Recovered by the offense.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Niners 14. Bengals.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Williamson. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They're going to look to throw. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
It's good, and it's 21-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 20.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game. But just let them know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. That's taken in by Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of the season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the 2nd quarter. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's complete right around the 8. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good.
The field goal,
and that will get the lead up to 14.
The score, Niners 24, Bengals 10.
Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Oh, definitely a little bit of disappointment there because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. So we have come to half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Bengals 10.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll try the left side. Williamson. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive?
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Javon Kinlaw in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On second down, Burrow. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a
Niners 24.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They run once more with Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Williamson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Williamson.
Number 34 on the carry.
And now they're in the hurry up.
On the tackle. A loss of a yard on the play. It's now
3rd down. Williamson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. He'll buy some time right. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me?
First down. Here's Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
First down, Bengals.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
At the 49ers' 23-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Ertz has it left side.
Burrow's pass complete to Zach Ertz.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
The score, Niners 24,
He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
The tackle made by Jesse Bates. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Jesse Bates on the cover.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Williamson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Williamson. And fights through one man. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And the lead is up to 15 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
pass.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's second and inches at the 35-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. He finds his running back, Mixon. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second.
Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A gain of 6.
Bengals on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Javon Kinlaw racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. And this is 3rd down.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And Tate's got it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
T. Higgins was the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Again, it's Burrow. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Gain of 9 yards.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps. It cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They run forward with Mixon. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Intended for
from the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Williamson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
That's good.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Skirts by him at the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 15. 65 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Burrow will throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. T. Higgins is the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Burrow. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. T. Higgins is the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And this is incomplete.
Burrow's pass.
So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
First and 10, Taylor now. Fighting him off. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On third down, here's Taylor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Then with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. On play action, they'll throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Third down.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. This one complete into the hands of Higgins.
Burrow's pass.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now Burrow on 1st down. He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
Burrow's pass.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for San Francisco, they keep